And remember, in America, you've got casualty insurance companies, and this is all they do. They love it. And you know the big brand names, and they write workers' comp and GL and commercial auto and property, et cetera. And guess what? Not one of those stock corporations, standard stock admitted corporations of America, has a product for freight brokers' auto liability risk. So you got to talk about the risk. The risk is complicated and evolving and changing dramatically in front of us with new preemption, and we can get to the risk in a bit. But the coverage response, what I have to say about the coverage response is that this is not like any other class of business we're used to. When you have a homeowner's policy, everybody in America has a reasonable expectation of what's covered and not covered by that homeowner's policy. We all know the fire will be covered. We all know that, probably the wind and the water might be covered. And, whether the tree fell on the roof and I get coverage for that tree that fell on the roof is probably subject to some kind of limitation. We all get that. Same thing with, commercial property, even marine insurance has reasonable expectations. I think what's critical about this coverage, nobody knows what the expectation really is. Nobody really knows.
Right.
Again, the risk has been evolving, and nobody knows what the expectation is. So in America, the primary coverage response has come out of Lloyd's. And Lloyd's has a couple of markets that started this, and they came over here and like, okay, we'll insure some kind of a freight broker liability-ish thing this particular way. And these words are complicated. And somebody thinks it's covering, I don't know, like somebody died on the highway and the freight broker gets sued. It should cover that, right? I mean, guys, seriously, I'm asking, does somebody think that that's normally covered by whatever you're buying? Freight broker hires a motor carrier killed somebody. Is there at least that expectation? Tell me I'm right or wrong.
Absolutely.
I believe so.
Okay. Do you know, thank you for that. Now, ready for this? One of the most popularly used products in America for this is 150 pages long, 149 if you don't count the last page, which is blank. But it's 149 pages. Ready for this exclusion I'm going to read to you? We do not insure you under this clause for liabilities arising from an accident on a public road in the U.S., Canada, or Mexico involving a trailer or chassis. Okay. So if I'm a freight broker, you're not going to cover, what do I care if a tractor's an accident? It must be related to the cargo in a trailer or chassis. That's in there, guys. Like that's an exclusion. But nobody reads that because it's on page 46 of 150, and it's written in weird English. So think about how complicated this is. And the risk is complicated and evolving. The coverage response is extremely non-standard, extremely unorthodox. And I've said this before. I preach to this. This is probably the one space of a commercial insurance in America that needs the most attention by the insurance agents of America, especially the transportation and logistics agents of America.